Hey Tim, this is a hip hinge progression as simple as I can make it. First, make sure your head is nice and long, your spine is nice and long, chin is down, shoulders are back. You rotate your shoulders into the ground. You make sure that when you breathe, you can feel your breath pushing into the ground through your lower back. Right? Yes, your lower back touches the ground because your knees are bent. If they were straight, it might not. Now, what I want you to practice is this. You're going to breathe in. As you bring your hips into the air, and breathe out. As you bring them down, your goal is for your butt and your lower back to touch the ground at the same time. Breathe in all the way. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in all the way. Breathe out all the way. Everything basically from your shoulders to your hips moves together. That's the hope. Second exercise. Again, it's a progression. This one's the most basic one because most of your body has contact with the ground, right? Your shoulders have contact with the ground, your feet have contact with the ground, your head has contact with the ground. As you come up, your butt stops having contact with the ground, your spine stops, but when you come down, you can feel it again, and you can feel how everything comes down together, right? You can time it. Second would be my planky hip hinge progression. And yes, planky is a technical term. What you're going to do is, you're going to try to keep everything from the head to your hips moving at the same speed, at the same time as you go into a plank. So again, you're going to breathe in, and you're going to breathe out. Try and stay long from your head to your butt. And the breathing is very important. When you breathe in, as you go out, and breathe out as you come in. Breathe in as you go out, breathe out as you come in. You can practice the opposite as well in all these plank positions. The opposite is better for when you're holding a lot of weight, and we'll do that when we deadlift and squat. So breathing in the hole, breathing out as you go out. Breathing in the hole, breathing out as you go out. See how I'm getting full hip extension, or as close as I can get right now. And my head, my neck is as neutral and as long as possible, pushing the ground away. But it's the same movement. My arms are kind of pushing back as I hip extend. Same movement as I did on the floor. The third progression, we're going to try to get a little more vertical. We start in this position, right? I'm sitting on my heels. If you can't sit on your heels, then you can't sit on your heels, right? You go as far down as you can. Put a towel under your butt if you need to. But again, I'm long from the top of my head to my butt. My chest is out. My back is flat. And I am going to breathe in and breathe out. I like opening my hands. You can go here. I like opening my hands, gives me a little bit more mobility through the shoulders. Please don't look at the camera while you're doing this. I'm just making sure you can see my whole body. Again, hips go forward and up as the shoulders go back and down. I'm breathing on the up right now, but I could also breathe in on the down to pressurize. My abs are tight. I'm pressurizing. I'm pushing air against my rib cage, against my lower back. And that's the breathing pattern. Pressurizing on the down that I would use for heavier lifts. But if I'm doing really high reps or mobilizing or mobility work, I will use the breathe in on the up and down on the and out on the down. So you went from laying on your back to plank to kneeling to standing. And when I go standing, oh, I can't get it to see me. When I go standing, there you go. I flipped it. I don't know how that's gonna work for the camera, but whatever. When I go standing, I wanna do the same thing. Hips back, shoulders back, hips forward, shoulders back, and now we go reverse basically. So I'm gonna breathe in and breathe out. In and out. Again, that's the high pressure one, the one I use for deadlift. But I can also do the easier one, the one that's better for mobility, in my opinion. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Another option is back here, back here, back here, back here, back here, back here. Once we got that, and again, same movement. There's the back and forth of the hips, the out and back of the arms. The arms are going into flexion, the shoulders are going into flexion as the hips go into flexion, and then they go into extension as the hips go into extension. And then finally, that takes you into a squat with just a bit more knee bend. Open up your feet if you need to, point them out if you need to. Make sure to keep the weight even on your feet, and we're gonna do that when we do this one too. We're gonna squat here, here. High pressure, breathing in on the down. Good for heavy squats. Good for heavy squats when you breathe on the down. But if I'm doing a lot of squats, I'm gonna go breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. That's the best piece of advice I can give you for that issue you were talking about the hamstrings not doing anything when you run or hip hinge or whatnot. Anyhow, that's it. Have a nice day.